Hey folks, John here. Thank you for tuning in and welcome once again to This World, My Take, where the headlines meet real life. It's always an honor to have you to stop by and check out what we have to say. And please think about being part of the family. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and turn on your notification so that whenever we drop something, you will definitely be the first to get it. Let's not talk too much, let's get right into it. So ladies and gentlemen, the cover-up has been one of the wrongest moves that the Trump administration could ever come up with. Ever since AG Pam Bondi mentioned that, we've done the review and there's actually no Epstein file, the whole world has been going in shambles, especially America, and the internet around America has been blowing up. And unbeknownst to us, MAGA Nation, the base for Donald Trump and his hoodlums in government, these folks have been divided to the greatest and maximum level. It's as if we are watching a Hollywood blockbuster right now, because if you had told me a couple of days ago that there will come a time where MAGA fans, MAGA dwits, and MAGA Nation retards will actually be standing and castigating some of the officials in the Trump administration, I would have told you that, man, you probably high on some kind of weed. But this is actually going down, ladies and gentlemen. I want us to look at something somebody shared with me recently. This lady, Megyn Kelly, who's a diehard MAGA troll, a former Fox News and NBC News reporter, somebody who interviewed President Vladimir Putin in 2017. Yeah, she's a big deal amongst the MAGA Nation. She sat down with Charlie Kirk, another MAGA dwit, and they were just pointing fingers at Pam Bondi. We all know that that's what MAGA Nation does. They have fun of pointing fingers at the wrong people, blaming people who have nothing or little to do with whatever predicaments that they are facing. So Megyn Kelly sat down with Charlie Kirk and she flat out called out the problem that MAGA Nation is having right now. And we all know that it's AG Pam Bondi. And I'm still wondering why Pam Bondi has now resigned already. But I want you guys to watch this, and then we'll come back and talk about everything so that we can break down the real life situation. Let's watch this. Watch this video.
No, we all have busy lives, and President Trump has a busy life, and I don't think he realizes how much he's humiliated the administration. This is a self-inflicted wound. She caused it. Again, I have nothing against Pam Bondi, but if you want to look for the villain in this story, we have found her. She is the person who's she's either lying now or she was lying then. There's no two ways about it.
But Megyn, you make a very astute point, and let me add to it, which is that she also brought in some of our best influencers, people that I care about deeply. Jack Posobiec, who's incredible, Libs of TikTok, Chaya, DC Drano.
Yeah.
And she gave them these binders, and she humiliated them.
Yeah.
And you guys know what I'm talking about? Where she did this stuff with the binders?
This?
And
yes.
You guys were upset, but you shouldn't be upset, the influencers. They were handed these binders like there was something incredible in them.
It is what you would do to an enemy. It would have been a brilliant operation had she loathed them and been looking to undermine them. The trick would have been perfect had this been Joe Biden's White House doing this to some of President Trump's most loyal supporters and media advocates. What happened was, they invited all of them there to say hi to the vice president, to say hi to the president. Sure, they all went, of course. Who wouldn't go? To the White House to say hello to Trump? They didn't expect anything on Epstein. So they went, they said hello, and before they knew it, they were pulled into a room with Pam Bondi and Kash Patel, and she had made the binders. She bragged about making the cover sheet that read Epstein Files, Phase 1. And she handed them out. And what Liz Wheeler, who was there, told me was that she told them, there's not that much in here, but another trove is coming. I'm going to get it from the FBI, but here's phase 1. Flash forward 14 hours earlier to when she was on with Jesse Waters on Fox News saying, you're going to see some Epstein documents tomorrow. She knew they were bullshit. She knew that there was nothing in there. She told the influencers when she gave it to them, there's really nothing in here. I'm going to try to get you more. And in the meantime, then they funneled them out the back of the White House where all the press corps was, And the influencers are standing there with these binders. They didn't even know they were there for Epstein, and they looked foolish through no fault of their own. The only fault was they trusted her.
And these are some of our best people that we should have their back. Liz Wheeler's amazing, Jack Posobiec.
Yes.
And they got...
She dinged their credibility for no reason.
100%. And did they ever get an apology for that?
No.
Well. Hey, folks. As you guys can see, man, Megyn Kelly is actually pissed. She is mad. She is a representation of a portion of the MAGA Nation. And she is not alone. A whole lot of these MAGA trolls, a whole lot of these MAGA sycophants are actually pointing the finger at Pam Bondi. Let's not get this wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Pam Bondi is just doing what she's being told to do. Had Pam Bondi not reported this, then we would not get to where we are today. Now, Pam Bondi has nothing to gain by covering up and whatever Epstein list that exists. We all know who has everything to lose. Yes, her boss, Donald Trump. That man has everything to lose if that list ever came out. Now, let's talk a little bit about what Pam Bondi said. Now, Megyn, did I just call her Pam Bondi? Let's talk a little bit about what Megyn Kelly said. And you can see her frustration because it is always a normal thing in the MAGA world to always point the finger at the wrong target. Now, we've seen that time and time again, but we all know who is the right target, who is pulling the string behind the scenes, and that is Donald Trump. Now, ladies and gentlemen, her lashing out in front of Turning Point USA, in front of another MAGA tweet, Charles Kirk, is just like watching two cousins of the same family bloodline just going at each other and just being mad at the wrongest thing, instead of being mad at their parents for their father for not really telling them and putting the situation directly to them. I would say this, ladies and gentlemen, if this is what it took to break MAGA Nation, to separate MAGA Nation, or to bring some of these MAGA fans into the limelight, to understand that there is a cover-up going on, we are happy for that. We welcome that any day, any time. But I would say this: we should not be blaming, or they are not supposed to blame, AG Pam Bondi. She was put there by Donald Trump to do his biddings. And we all know that. Donald Trump has a way of always making people do his dirty work for him. This man is kind of like a mob gangster, and the way he's running the United States White House and the administration is nothing short from a mob gangster kind of family like. And we all know that. Pam Bondi's name was not on that list. Pam Bondi has nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein's. But Donald Trump, on the other hand, this man had everything to do. This man was like Jeffrey Epstein's best buddy. They had the same common interest, man: women and money. I will end this vlog by asking you, are you happy? Are you not entertained by seeing some of these MAGA sycophants lose their shit over what is happening right now? And what do you think is going to come out of this whole MAGA split? Do you think that eventually the cover-up is going to be exposed so that we know exactly? I don't care who you are. If you had anything to do with Jeffrey Epstein's, it doesn't matter if you are a top elite class personality, your name should be known. That is my take, and I will say this: the world is complicated, but we're going to keep talking about it. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay blessed.